Shri M.R. Sitaram, Honorable Minister for Planning, Statistics, Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka. He is the Vice Chairman, Gokula Education Foundation and the Director, M.S. Ramaya Institute of Technology. His devotion to public service made him keenly interested in politics. He implemented the government self-employment schemes like Antyodaya, Akshara Dasoha, Yashaswini Cooperative Health Scheme. Sir, we request you to inaugurate the project exhibition.
Respected, revered Shri Jitakama Nandanji, President of the Ramakrishna Mission at Mangalore, my senior colleague and cabinet colleague Shri Basuraj Rai Reddy, the Honorable Minister for Education, Government of Karnataka, Nobel laureates, Madam Mada, the Chemistry Nobel Prize winner in 2002, and another Nobel laureate, Serge Harosh, the Nobel laureate in Physics, my dear friend Manjunath Bhandari, all the visiting illustrious professors who are coming here to participate in the Sahyadri Conclave, respected teachers and dear students and members of the media. Being in the education fraternity, it gives me great pleasure today to be here amongst the cream of science, technology in the country and the world. I would first try to congratulate my friend for having taken up this initiative. This initiative in this part of the world, commendable, and I was here before. This is my second visit to this campus, and when I visited my friend, he took me around the campus, and I was really impressed for the last 10-12 years, the strides Sahyadri Institute of Technology has made in the field of technical education. I know this for a fact because we are almost pioneers of technical education in this country. You know M.S. Ramaya Institute of Technology. We have been here for the last 55 years, imparting quality technical education to the people of this state and people from all over the country. And nothing else gives us great satisfaction when we impart quality education to the children of our country. Because my dear father, Dr. M.S. Ramaya, was himself an uneducated man. And his initiative in the year 1961, that's about 57 years now. Then on, thousands of people must have gone through the portals and the corridors of our institution and enlightened the lives of hundreds and thousands of people. This gives us great satisfaction. And on behalf of all the people sitting on the dais and all of you here, I commend the effort by my good friend Manjunath Bhandari from this conclave. Because very rarely our students get an opportunity in the next few days, 4 days, where the Nobel laureates and others will be presenting the lectures, some will be presenting the papers, some will be presenting the publications. And this is really a lifetime experience for all of you. So, being the educator and a service provider, I have talked. But now, from the part of being a science and technology minister, our government, under our able leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Siddaramaiah ji, for the last 4 years, we have done really well in the field of science and technology. I think most of you might know, might not know, but we have innovated a very, very unique way of trying to make the mobile planetariums. I think I got the service providers over here, and we have divided the state into 5 different zones, and these mobile planetariums go into every government school. In the compound, this planetarium is assembled. This is a mobile planetarium because it moves on a van. It's assembled into an institution, and all the children studying in that school from the 8th standard to the 12th standard, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, high school, that is composite junior college and a high school. These children get to see the galaxy and all the details about the solar system, the space, and all the unique features in science and technology. Besides this, Mangaloreans are lucky that we are putting up a latest 3D digitalized stationary planetarium at the cost of around 42 crores at Pilukula here, which is a very, very central place, and this is going to be thrown open to all of you. And this is the first in Asia, and of course, obviously the first in the country. This is going to be thrown open to the people of Mangalore and others, probably in the month of February this year. So I take this opportunity to thank our Chief Minister because he has given me immense support to see that we propagate and try to increase the scientific temper in the upcoming children of this country. And once again, thanking all of you and the delegates who have come here to participate in this conclave to present your papers and present your talks. I, on behalf of the government of Karnataka, welcome all of you. And once again, I thank my dear friend for having called us all here to be part of this great event. Thank you.
It's very important to mention that Mr. M.R. Sitaram has a number of wonderful initiatives to his credit, including a 3D digital planetarium he just mentioned, a first of its kind in India in Pilikula. He has launched a noble innovative initiative under KST-EPS Department of Science and Technology called Tare Zameen Par. This is the best example to realize dreams of Dr. Kalam towards his concept called Pura, providing urban amenities in rural areas. Here is a short clip for the gathering.
ಖಗೋಳ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ವಿಸ್ಮಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಾರಾಲಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ತಾರಾಲಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡುವುದು ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಮನಗಂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೌಢಶಾಲಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಖಗೋಳಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಅರಿವು ಮತ್ತು ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಮೂಡಿಸಲು ಪ್ರಸಕ್ತ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಹೊಸ ಯೋಜನೆಯಾಗಿ ಸಂಚಾರ ತಾರಾಲಯ ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರೌಢಶಾಲಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಅಚ್ಚರಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ತಾರಾಮಂಡಲದ ಕೌತುಕಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ದೂರದ ನಗರಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಂಚಾರಿ ತಾರಾಲಯವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ತಾರಾಮಂಡಲದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿವರ ನೀಡಲಿದೆ.
ಸಂಚಾರಿ ತಾರಾಲಯವು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಮತ್ತು ತಾಲೂಕು ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಪ್ರೌಢಶಾಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡಲಿದ್ದು, ನಂತರ ಹಂತ ಹಂತವಾಗಿ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಲೆಗಳ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡಲಿದೆ. ಈ ವಿನೂತನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಸದುಪಯೋಗವನ್ನು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಪಡೆಯಲೆಂದು ಆಶಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
ಖಗೋಳ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ವಿಸ್ಮಯಗಳನ್ನು
ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದರೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ.
ಯಾಕೆ ಓದಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಗಲು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಿದಾರಪ್ಪ.
ಮತ್ತೇನು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ?
ರಾಹುಕಾಲ ಮುಗಿಯೋವರೆಗೂ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ.
ಸೂರ್ಯಗ್ರಹಣದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಬರೀತ್ಯಾ?
ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗ್ ಬರೀತೀನಷ್ಟೇ. ರಾಹು ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಚಂದ್ರನ್ ನುಂಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ.
ಯಾಕೆ ನಿನ್ನೂ ಸೇರ್ಸೆ ನುಂಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಡು.
ರಾಹು ಕಾಲದ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಹೋದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೋ ಅಂತ ಭಯ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನು ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ನೋಡಿ.
ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುವ ಗ್ರಹಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ರಾಜು, ಇಂಥದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೇ ನಮ್ಮಂಥ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಜನರು ಮೂಢನಂಬಿಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬದುಕ್ಬೋದು. ಇದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡೋ ಹಾಗಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ.
Thank you, sir, for your noble initiatives. As Shri M.R. Sitaram, Honorable Minister, has a flight schedule, we thank him for his presence in spite his busy schedule. Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence. I request Chairman Dr. Manjunath Bandari to hand a memento as a token of love and appreciation. Thank you very much, sir. The chief architect of Science Conclave at IIIT Allahabad and the man instrumental in fostering the same at Sahyadri is Dr. M.D. Tiwari, former director of IIIT Allahabad, guest of honor today. He is the mentor for Sahyadri, and seeds for professional growth were sown by the Memorandum of Understanding established between IIIT Allahabad and Sahyadri. Dr. M.D. Tiwari served as the Vice Chancellor of Rohilkhand University, Bareilly, India. He is also the founder chairman of the UP State Council of Higher Education. He has enjoyed prestigious fellowships like Alexander von Humboldt Fellowship and visited abroad several times for academic endeavors. Dr. Tiwari established the Indian Institute of Information Technology, IIIT Allahabad. Dr. Tiwari has worked on prestigious positions such as the President of the Association of Indian Universities, New Delhi. Genesis of the Science Conclave as a concept to Sahyadri was his brainchild to give a renewed look to this part of the state. Sir, we now request you to address the gathering.
Most honorable dignitaries and dais, my colleagues, my friends, students, I think about Nobel Laureate Conclave, Bandari Saab has already placed before you. Actually, this was not my effort to start it, but I think one of the secretaries, the Government of India, although he is retired, R.P. Agrawal Saab, he was in Allahabad with some work, and I attended one of the annual programs of Nobel laureates, which is normally organized at Germany. So fortunately, I got opportunity, and I was in police service before that. But when I attended that meeting with the Nobel laureates at Germany, and when I was enthused with the programs, with the interaction with the Nobel laureates, and for more than that, are their spouses, how they help their husbands to come to that space. It was very interesting. I think it is a long thing. But when I came back, then I requested the Government of India that whether I can start at triple-helical Allahabad or not. I got the support from there. According to that, I worked there, and in the beginning, although only one Nobel laureate, he came to our place the first time, but of course, afterwards, when this effort or output he has seen, afterwards a number of Nobel laureates in every year, about 10, 12, to 15 or so, they were coming through. But anyway, after completing my 15 years service as a director at Allahabad, I joined another university at Madhya Pradesh. There I worked for some time. But of course, our friend and also chairman of this place, I interacted with him whether you can take up this program or not, which is one of the very prestigious programs. He agreed it. Then of course, as for Radhakrishna, he told about Radhakrishna, and so we started working on that. And now, although there were some phases, as Bhandari Sahab was discussed whether he can do or not, then always I encouraged him, you will do it, you will do. He also was not in a position whether any Nobel laureate will come over here or not. Then I said, at least 2, they will come, definitely they will come. And now the stage is before you. And I hope that the next year, the program, that will be far, far better as compared to this program. Although I must say that in the short time, he has organized all those things, arrangements also is really appreciative. Although organizing with all his colleagues and students here is really appreciable. In these words, I request all of our students, our faculty members here, that they should take interest in the lectures, which will start from tomorrow, and then take the advantage of those lectures also. I think with these words, I am very grateful to Dr. Bhandari Sahab, and I hope that the next year or so, that will be a far, far better program as compared to this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. A stalwart who has achieved tremendous success in his field of expertise is our guest of honor, Mr. Shashikiran Shetty. Mr. Shashikiran Shetty is the founder and chairman of All Cargo Logistics, part of the Avashya Group. He is a Mangalorean. He was appointed a commander of the Order of Leopold II by King Philip of Belgium. In 1992, Shetty started the All Cargo Logistics Limited with a vision to be an integrated logistics service provider. Today, they have 300 plus offices operating in 160 countries, 160 plus countries, and has notched up revenues of approximately $1 billion. He has been awarded the honorary doctorate from Mangalore University and is the trustee of Bhandari Foundation. Sir, we are eager to hear from you. May I now call upon Mr. Shashikiran Shetty to speak on the occasion.
The distinguished guests on the dais, my dear friend Mr. Bhandari, the Nobel laureates, Swamiji, the distinguished guests of the dais, parents, students, and my dear friends. First of all, it's truly a privilege for me to be here. I have no words to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to my friend Mr. Bhandari for inviting me here today. As all of you can understand, the subject is not so relevant to me because I'm a businessman, not a technocrat in any way. I use science in my day-to-day life and in conducting our business from day to day, but I'm not qualified to address this amazing gathering. All I can do is I can share some of my thoughts. You know, I sincerely believe that these distinguished teachers, scientists, professors, they are the gift of God to the mankind. Because the amount of time that they spend in researching, in pursuing their goal and objective, and the passion in which they do is incredible. And that's the only way to achieve what they have achieved. And on top of that, you know, they share what they learned and share what they know with the rest of the world. And while they do this work, they carry with them so many students, so many, you know, young, motivated scientists, students, to help them to do PhD, help them to excel in the subject, what they specialize in or what they continue to improve and learn and research and contribute to the world. Most importantly, why I say they're the gift to the mankind is after achieving so much, after making our life so much better than what it was in a few decades ago to where we are today, we have such a comfortable, luxurious life. Our travel has become so much convenient. Our day-to-day life has become so much easy with the computerization, with the technological revolution that we are going through today, or the fourth industrial revolution, what they call it today, which is all possible because of their hard work. And yet they're so humble, yet they're so sincere, yet they're so nice to interact with. That's amazing. That's why I call them the gift to the mankind. I am personally very intrigued about science, but I never had a privilege like many of you have today to be engineers, to be management students. You know, the day like this, a very special day like this, can be very easily forgotten. Once you go back home and once you go back to, after 5 days of this whole exercise, like many other things that we do in life, we may forget. But that's not why we are here. We are here to learn. We are here to understand. We are here to learn from these people, their knowledge and their power for our own benefit. I would even go to say, or go to even to extend to challenge you students, the past students, the current students, and the future students of Sahyadri, that why can't you become a Nobel laureate one day? It is possible. All that you have to do is obviously dream big, and you got to have a talent, no doubt about that. I'm sure, you know, each one of them have been gifted by the God about something unique, something great. It is the question of discovering it. They've been fortunate to discover it. I'm not saying all of you can become, but at least 1 or 2 or 5, if they become from this university or this college or from this city, where Mr. Bhandari has took such a big pain and investing so much of money and his time and effort to bring these people to inspire you. That's the only reason they are here. Don't waste this opportunity. Please make the best out of it. Even if you don't become a Nobel laureate, doesn't matter. That's not easy. It's not a piece of cake. Anybody can become. But you can become among many others, like the other distinguished guests who are here. So please draw that inspiration and try and make something best out of this today. As far as my friend Mr. Bhandari is concerned, you know, he's another, as I said, another distinguished individual here on the dais. He is a great combination of hard work, commitment, dedication, and I don't want to repeat the word passion, because without passion, none of these happen. And I hope one day soon, he goes beyond Sahyadri. And that is a challenge to the staff and management here, to let him go and serve this great state of Karnataka and maybe one day this country. Because he's got those abilities. He's a very unique politician he doesn't come across like a politician. Although he's a very successful politician, he comes across from a political background, from a student movement, and developed himself to be a leader. And he's been a member of, was one of the contestants for the Member of Parliament, as most of you know. And now he's become the Vice President of the Karnataka Congress. And I wish him really, really all the success. And we need somebody like you, Manjunath. I sincerely mean it, because that's the quality of the leader we want in the political class, because as things are, India has so many challenges. Science is progressing, quality of life is progressing, but I am not fully convinced that our value system is progressing. Maybe the value system is probably deteriorating. So that is when you need somebody like him to come and serve the state. And I wish and hope that one day he will do it. And I think this is what relevant for me to say in this gathering. I don't need to give you gyan. All of you are quite well educated, well exposed, and intelligent. So I just wanted to leave this thought with all of you. And once again, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And it's a privilege for me to be here. And all the very best. And God bless for the next 5 days. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yet another eminent personality for whom we stand grateful is Sri Radhakrishna, who is the president of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Medical College. He is inspired by the noble ideas of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, whose main object is to promote education and upliftment of the downtrodden people. He is mainly responsible for spreading education among the weaker sections of the society. Sir is not present on stage, but we acknowledge all the support he has extended towards the success of the conclave. We now have the most awaited moment, message from Madam Ada E Yonath, Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2009. Madam, can we have you on stage, on the mic, please?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, students, teachers, professors, politicians, very high politicians with a lot of possibilities to influence education. Good evening, all of you. I must say that when I got the invitation to come here, I felt honored and privileged, because I heard about this place and this type of event in the past. And if I would do what I was supposed to do now, is to tell you how great it is and how great you are. But you heard it already. So I want to use my few minutes to tell you about my interaction with Indian science. And I want to focus on a scientist who is not with us anymore, that functioned and did all his work in India. There are many Indians that are stars in the world, and I won't talk about them. I will talk about the Indian that worked here and, in my opinion, was a giant, a brave man, and a superb scientist. His name is N Ramchandran, and he was in the University of Madras in the beginning, and then he moved to Bangalore. So you heard about him, some of you. He is the one that understood the structure and the possibility to function of life molecules. He more or less was one of the first ones that understood how life is going on. A little corner, but an important one. And then he derived the rules that govern all, or almost all, the molecules of life, the molecules that act to make life. So when I was a first month student, PhD student, I was suggested to work on a protein called collagen. You all heard about collagen. It's the skin and the cartilage collagen. The reason that it was suggested to me was that there were two ideas, two models in the world. One of N Ramchandran and the other of Rich and Crick. Crick from the double helix of DNA, a very, very important people from Cambridge, England. They had the same properties, both of them, but one had the model that went right way and the other left way. It seems not important, but it actually is, and I don't want to go into detail. But I want to tell you why I agreed to go into this fight between them. Because at the Weizmann Institute, where I was a student, they produced molecules that were much better, much more defined chemically than the samples that Ramachandran, Enrich and Crick worked on. So this is why I thought that there is a point in working on it, because of the more actually fully defined chemistry. Ramachandran heard about it. I was a 3-month student and he came all the way from India to talk to me. And we discussed for a few days, and then we decided that he goes his way and I go my way. And in my way, I also wanted to develop computer programs for it. There was very little computing at that time in the world. I had to do it. I did it myself. It took me a year. But at the end of the year, I had a program that determined the structure of more than 7 different models for collagen. We just published it, and I finished my PhD, and I went for my postdoc. And a few months later, it was hardly known already in the world, there was a meeting in New York of the International Crystallographic Society. There was a day on fibers, and Ramachandran was chairing the session on collagen. And he started like this. All of you know about my suggestion. You think that I am right, or many of you are right. But that's not true. She, and he pointed at me, she is right. Do you think that many scientists would do this? I was, and I'm still, fully appreciative of this. I think that he is honest, brave, and besides, a fantastic scientist, a real giant. So I can finish now because I said almost all what I wanted about G. N. Ramachandran, the great. But maybe I will tell you about my first visit to India. This was to Madras, now it's Chennai, in the 70s. This was a meeting. I was, of course, invited because of the model we had, the structure. And it was great for me scientifically, but otherwise, everything happened to me. My bag was stolen in the airport. I had afterwards to go from place to place to pick up pieces of evidence that I exist and I have a visa and so on. So I got to know India. I had to interact with officers, with photographers, for instance, and I found out about the temples. I was metamorphosed. I fell in love with India, and I'm still loving it. Loving India, loving science in India, loving the scientists, and let me tell you one little anecdote. I even was a star in a Bollywood movie. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for those beautiful words. I now request Professor Serge Haroshi, Nobel Prize in Physics 2012, to deliver his message on the occasion.
So good evening, everybody. It's a great pleasure for me to be here today and to have this opportunity to exchange with young students, high school and university students, and to talk to them about science. And my message will be very simple. To be a scientist is not a profession like others. To be a scientist is a passion. You need to be driven by your dreams, by the curiosity to understand the world in which we are living, and the ambition of a scientist working in the basic science is to make a discovery that nobody has made before. And I must tell you that when you discover something like that, the pleasure you get from it is much higher than the one you can get from getting a Nobel Prize afterwards. So really, the pleasure of science is the pleasure of discovering things. And what I find amazing is that even if your discovery is just curiosity-driven, even if you don't have any application in mind, very often basic science discovery lead to application, very often in a very serendipitous way, by merging basic science results coming from different fields. Wonderful applications have emerged which have revolutionized our lives. I can give the example of the transistors, the lasers, the computer. All these things have happened from basic science. So we need basic science, and we need, in this world, a good connection between basic and applied sciences. And I think this will be part of the discussion we'll have in this conclave. Mankind is facing very important challenges in the future. You know about global warming, you know about the need to decrease our reliance on fossil fuels and to have new energy sources. A very important topic in this conclave will be the problems posed by the lack of water, the need also to develop new medication to solve health problems. All these issues require science. And so we need to have young, talented people getting into science. I think I don't have to say that here in this audience because the students who are here, of course, know about that. But I must say that there is a problem, not only in India, but also in France and all over the world. The problem is that a lot of talented young people are attracted to other fields in the business or in the trade fields and don't go into science because they get more rewarding positions if they go in these other fields. And I think it is a duty of politicians, the duty of the managers to improve the condition for young scientists, because I think we need science, and science is a wonderful profession if you get the right way to do it. So I think it's very interesting that we have here at the same time students, politicians, and scientists to discuss about these issues. And I think it's particularly important in India because you have in this country about 1/6 of the population of the world. And what you do in order to solve the problems that I have mentioned would be very important, not only for India, but for the planet at large. So I think we really have to think about these issues here to try to improve the condition of science in India and all over the world. And I hope that we will be discussing these points in this conclave and start to find some solutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I acknowledge the assistance rendered by Professor M.R. Radhakrishna. He is the backbone of the Science Conclave at IIIT Allahabad. He has been the main guiding force, the architect for the Sahyadri Conclave, despite his age and health issues. He envisaged the plan for conclave and fostered the scientific execution from planning covering the holistic perspective. He was instrumental in apt connect with the Nobel laureates and the scientists to meet the basic premise of the conclave leading to the professional execution. I would also place on record Professor Jagadish Gopalan, Aerospace Engineering, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He is instrumental in the entire planning, right from identifying the guests, exhibitions, technical session planning at the Sahyadri Conclave. We are greatly indebted to his services for our professional growth. Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management stands indebted to the founder principal of the institution, Dr. D.L. Prabhakara. A man of few words, gentleman by nature is what I would describe him. He is a civil engineer, M.Tech in applied mechanics and doctorate in aerospace engineering. Alumnus of IIT Kharagpur, he is the director of the college. Sir, may I now request you to deliver the presidential address.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, Nobel laureates, world-renowned scientists, technocrats, industrial giants, and world-class managers. My dear young friends, ladies and gentlemen, indeed it is a privilege for me to be here amidst the renowned scientists of the world, including Indian scientists and great personalities. By virtue of my position as such, I myself consider as a delegate to the conclave, not an organizer of the conclave. This conclave will be there for another 4 days. I should compliment, first of all, our so-called, generally popularly called Mr. Perfect, Dr. Manjunath Bandari, for taking all of us together to make this event a grand success. There will be a lot of deliberation that goes on for the next 4 days. The main theme, as has been explained by our Chief Coordinator, Dr. C.K. Manjunath, is on save water, save energy, and protect environment, and other health issues. As a whole, in a nutshell, we can say, save our planet. Save our planet. The main deliberations will be on the theme. Parallel to it, there will be many technical sessions parallelly going on in different venues. I just request the young delegates, one of the objective of this conclave is the Sahyadri should give back to the society something that is useful. As our chairman said, the local populace, the rural students will not get an opportunity to interact with the scientists or the Nobel laureates or industry giants or anybody else. So he wanted to make an opportunity, give an opportunity to such young minds to participate in this conclave. And every one of you have got dreams, you have goals. After the deliberation for the next 4 days, you will be in a position to fine-tune your goals, fine-tune your dreams and goals. I am sure about it. Further, unfortunately, the compartmentalization is there in our system. A scientist is a separate entity, a technocrat is another entity like that. Unless otherwise such a gap is bridged, one cannot be a successful technocrat unless otherwise you give due respect to the basics of science. Similarly is the case, for example, if you are a computer scientist, generally you think that writing coding is a big job. And many industries test the students while selecting during the placement, whether they know certain programs, languages, what they use in their company. Whether your student know Java or your student know Python or something like that. But one thing is for sure, that is, unless otherwise you are very good at mathematics, you cannot become a good computer scientist. Definitely not. That's why, anyhow, unfortunate enough is there is no Nobel Prize for mathematics. There are many speculations regarding that. If you go through the net, you will come to know many reasons for not including mathematics as one of the area in the Nobel prizes. Now, finally, what I expect is you cherish our hospitality for the next 4 days. The Sahyadri house is kept open for the next 4 days for all the delegates. You can visit various laboratories, the industries, our hands-on experience lab, and we have some exhibits here, and also we have a mobile planetarium that is thanks to the Ministry of Science and Technology. They have established a mobile planetarium here. We can use it, the planetarium. What I wish here is, as Shashikiran Shetty has told, one of you should, in the coming years, I wish I should see one of you occupy a seat in this dais over the coming years. This is what I wish. With these few words, I conclude my speech. All the best to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. As we come to the end of the formal function, may I now request our chairman, Dr. Manjunath Bhandari, to hand a memento to Swamiji Jeetakamanandji, Adhyaksha of Sri Ramakrishna Math. Memento to Sri Basavaraj Raya Reddy, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Government of Karnataka. Dr. M.D. Tiwari, former Director of IIIT Allahabad. Mr. Shashikiran Shetty, Founder and Chairman of All Cargo Logistics, as a token of love and respect. I extend a word of thanks to the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, for encouraging our venture and giving the green signal to surge ahead. I thank the dignitaries on stage, off stage, Nobel laureates, academicians, industrialists, chairmen of different educational institutions, principals of different colleges, government departments, principals of Navodaya, Moraji Desai, Ambedkar and other private management schools, teachers, research scholars, students from the high school, PUC, degree, post-graduation, parents, well-wishers, press and media for all their support and great coverage. A word of thanks to the Department of Science and Technology, Karnataka State Council for Higher Education, Information Development, Biotechnology, Science and Technology Department, Karnataka Science and Technology Promotion Society, KSTEPS, BTU Belgaum, Mangalore University, MS Ramaya Institute of Technology, Bangalore, for mentoring Sahyadri, the BrahMos, the Aerospace of Defense Research and Development Organization of India, Baba Atomic Research Center, BARC, a premier multidisciplinary nuclear research center of India, Mobile Planetarium, Tare Zameen Par, All Cargo Logistics Limited, Canara Bank, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Medical College, Bengaluru, Didac, India, and the in-house startups, namely SAMS Techno Private Limited, Aptra Technologies Private Limited, Research Design Lab, RDL Technologies Private Limited, Sahyadri Edu Dreamers R&D Private Limited, Dream Tech Innovations, Sahyaware, Caliper Engineering and Lab Private Limited, and Flotanomas. Sahyadri is not just a center of studies, it's a temple of learning. We believe that there are no dreams too large, no innovations unimaginable, and no frontiers beyond our reach. Many supporting hands from the industry, government sectors, educationists, research scientists, funding agencies have supported us in this venture. They are all the well-wishers of education. We salute them all. With these words of thanks, I now call upon the gathering to stand up for the national anthem.
Ganga,
well begun is half done. I appeal all of you to join us for the cultural extravaganza organized at the food court of the campus. We Sahyadrians are delighted to be your host this evening. This is Vishal Samartha, Director from the Department of Business Administration, signing off. Thank you one and all, and have a lovely evening at the Sahyadri campus.